And here we go. At 93.3 WMMR, I'm Pierre Robert. Welcome to an MMR fan press conference. This is where our listeners get to ask the bulk of the questions, and we're very happy to welcome back to Philly the singer and the bass player for the wonderful band we're about to see tonight. Their highly awaited fourth studio album is called 1,000 Suns. It arrived in September of 2010. 2 years in the making, it debuted at #1 on the Billboard charts. It is a great pleasure to welcome back to Philly bass player David Michael Farrell, better known as Phoenix, and Chester Charles Bennington, better known as Chester, collectively known as Linkin Park, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, guys. I'll start things out before we have everyone come up. You guys were totally committed and actually had a group commitment to looking for different sounds, to experimenting, to be willing to do abstract work on this record. And I loved the liner notes that talked about that. And in one of those, you said each track felt like a hallucination. Can you expand on that just a moment?
Yeah, I mean, for us in the process, you guys can hear okay, right?
Yeah.
For us in the process of even working on a record, it's the moments in the studio where people bring in things you haven't heard before, where you get that excitement, kind of that fresh feeling. That's the reason why you start a band in the first place, is to kind of try to stumble upon new territory for yourself and to try and challenge yourself. And with this record, more than ever, we kind of threw out the rule book and just said, anything we're hearing, it doesn't matter what it sounds like. If the six of us are excited about it, then let's work on it. And so it kind of was at times really, I don't know, it almost took on a form of like a hallucinogenic type album with no mushrooms.
There's terrific sounds on it. Let's start our first question. Young man named Seth Kowal. Step up to the microphone. Seth, where are you from, buddy? Talk right into the microphone.
Cedar Brook, New Jersey.
Okay, and how old are you?
10.
What would you like to ask Chester and Phoenix?
This is my first concert. What was your first concert, and did you get to interview the band?
Thank you for choosing our show to be your first concert. That's really awesome. I was 13 when I went to my very first concert, and I saw two of my favorite bands at the time. One was called Front 242, and the other was a milder alternative band called Material Issue. And no, I did not get to interview the bands, and I wouldn't have known what to say anyways. I would have been like, So you're much cooler than I was, and you're younger too. So
Phoenix, you're first.
I went to go see Alabama.
Wow!
Nice!
Country music.
I was probably, I think I was maybe 7, and my dad got tickets through work. And it wasn't until the very last song that they played Elvira. That was the only song I even knew at all. So I took a good maybe 7 or 8 years off of shows after that. Wasn't interested.
And you didn't get to interview them, I take it.
I didn't get to.
Okay. All right, thank you,
job,
Seth. Great first question. Tommy French, let's bring you up. Tommy, where are you from, buddy?
Brookhaven.
What would you like to ask the guys?
I had to write mine down because it was a little long-winded. But your first 2 albums, critics classified as new metal hip-hop. Third album started a departure from that. A little more progressive rock, or alternative rock, they considered it. This new album, some have called it a concept album. A la Radiohead's Kid A, Pink Floyd, one of my favorites. How do you respond to that, and where do you guys want to branch out to from here?
Well, it's we definitely appreciate when people recognize that the album is meant to be listened to from beginning to end, and conceptually they are correct when they call it a concept record in those kind of terms. We knew that we wanted to make something that wasn't just a collection of songs, that was meant to really feel like a complete body of art, right, that you wanted to hear. But conceptually, in terms of the themes of the music, that wasn't anything we set out to do, because we knew that if we said, let's write a song about nuclear war, that really basically narrows the creative capability to like that one thing. It just happened to work out where themes of the songs went hand in hand with each other, and if we put them together in the right order, it kind of accidentally we stumbled upon a story, and so it's really cool to be kind of put in that group of bands like Pink Floyd or like Radiohead, for example, because those records have been recognized for what they are, and so it's nice that people are doing the same for this album.
Why don't we bring up Jason Luck from Trenton? If you'd come up, you have a question. Hi, Jason.
Hey, first and foremost, thank you very much for this opportunity. As a fan for the last 10 years, I mean, I've been able to follow you through LPU. You've had the opportunity to help out people through Music for Relief and through the summits that you've lately done. As individual artists, you've gone out there and branched out as far as for Dead by Sunrise. Mike Shannon's gone out there with Fort Minor and a bunch of other ventures out there. What's next after, say, this tour? What do you want to go out there as either individual artists or as band members? What have you not accomplished that you think you could do next?
It's a big question. So I'll try and answer it as well as I can. But in the immediate future, I think one of the things that's really been on my mind a lot is that we've been working with Haiti a ton through Music for Relief. We launched a program called Download to Donate, where the intention was always to get as many other bands with their fans on board as possible and really try to grow not only awareness, or not only money, but awareness for the situation in Haiti. There's a I don't know, a saying basically that Haiti was the worst hit natural disaster area, or the most tragic area like in the history of man as far as their economic and structural situation, and then the earthquake happened.
Definitely agree.
And so we've been working now on Download to Donate Part 2 or 2.0. That's going to be coming up. Actually, it's already starting to go into effect. We were actually supposed to get a chance to go down there ourselves.
Didn't you just go down there?
I was supposed to, yeah, but they unfortunately had some, some rioting. Yeah, so that got postponed hopefully until March. So that's with that. As far as the band goes, we're definitely excited to continue with the momentum we have right now. I don't think we want to wait. We don't want to put anything off as far as the next record. So we've been working on it already. We're going to continue to work on it through the rest of this year, and the intention is to get it out as soon as we can.
Very nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
With that in mind, Jason, you talked about the charity work you've done, and I think fans really need to know about Music for Relief. It's a wonderful organization that Linkin Park founded, and I think it's also cool to know that tonight $1, and throughout the whole tour, $1 from every ticket goes to that fund, does it not?
Yeah, it does. And Music for Relief, I mean, I don't know, as weird or cheesy as it might sound, my mom always told me that if I'm not part of the solution, then I'm part of the problem. And that's something that's always kind of stuck with me. And I think for all of us, that it was an opportunity for us to be on the same page about something and really get involved, not only ourselves, but hopefully try to activate our fan base as much as possible, to get involved in their own communities, to get involved in the international community somewhere as close as Haiti, and in certain instances, Southeast Asia, all these.
You
other
guys
places
have helped
around
out the
world.
tsunami. You've done a lot of stuff. It must feel
Right.
great to know that you founded an entity that really is making a difference.
Yeah, I just want to be. I want to be involved in the process. I want to be hands-on, and my vision with it. What we wanted from the start is to have it be a music community-driven thing, not a Linkin Park thing. So. At some point, if Music for Relief can be helping people on a large scale, and it can be more than just Linkin Park, can be other musicians, other fans of other bands, just a larger community. That's really where the power, for me, is. It's a power in numbers.
Well, you can also, fans can text the word relief to the number 41010. That's 41010, and $10 is automatically donated. And I tried it this afternoon, and it works. So even right now, that's up and running. So little ways that you can donate. You guys are no stranger to that. You also played Live 8 in this town, which was 20 years after Live Aid, which also happened in this town. I got to interview you briefly backstage at that, Chester. Do you have